This is Wirral Radio. It's 92.1 FM across the Northwest and North Wales, also online over at wirralradio.co.uk. My name's Joe Hollywood. Good evening to you. Now, we're joined in the studio tonight with the Public Call, your local Merseyside band. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are we?
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good. Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can sense it. Don't be. First of all, explain who you are.
Basically, we're like a local band from around the Birkenhead area. We've been going for a few years, and yeah, we're just in it for the music, really.
How did you guys all start? Because you're only young. How did it all come about?
Well, four of us go to the same school. We all go to St Anselm's College in Birkenhead,
Right.
and it really started in year 9, maybe a few years ago, in music, where we just went down and we started playing a few things. And we started going over this one song by Coldplay called Viva La Viva, that we all kind of knew how to play.
Yeah.
And then that kind of started our band.
Mm-hmm. We'd kind of thought of forming a band for a while, but we were missing some key elements, primarily a drummer. So it was when Luca joined the school.
Do you just want to introduce yourselves before we start and tell me your role in the band?
I'm Luca. I play the drums.
I'm Ellie, I play bass.
I'm Adam, I'm lead singer and I'm rhythm guitar.
My name's Peter, I'm the lead guitarist.
I'm Jacob and I play the keyboard.
Okay. Do you guys find as though bands are the next big thing? Because you've got the rise of the 1975, Busted are coming back, 21 Pilots, Vamps. Do you feel as though bands are the next big thing?
I feel like bands are quite important because they play music that's really it's special to them, and instead they're not just making music just to get profit out of it. They make music together instead of just doing it on their own and using computers. They actually the music comes from their heart.
Yeah.
Though I think there's a long way before we, as a band, come close to 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Do you find as though there's much competition out there because of the amount of local bands? Do you feel as though you're trying to prove a point, trying to make yourself something?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's quite hard because we're young.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to be taken seriously, almost.
There's a lot of unknown talent around the area as well.
Yeah.
Even in Orange School, we do a Battle of the Bands competition every year, and we aren't, we don't think the strongest band that performs, but so it's heavy competition.
Yeah.
Who would you say your inspirations are?
Bands like My Chemical Romance and Green Day are a big inspiration to me, mainly because the music they produce, they don't tiptoe around big issues.
Yeah.
Where they can put their heart into songs, like a song by My Chemical Romance called Cancer.
Yeah.
It's such a bold song.
Yeah.
And they just don't tiptoe around the issue of this is cancer kind of thing.
And finally, you guys, who's your inspiration?
My main musical inspiration would be people like Jimi Hendrix, who, because they grew up in impoverished areas, despite being left-handed, he couldn't get a left-handed guitar, and so he learned to play right-handed. Oh, right. And it's dedication like that.
So it's more about the story behind the musician.
Yeah, where they came from.
Yourself?
I think musicians varying from the likes of Iron Audi, despite being classical, he started out and he took years to learn, continuing with people like Jules Holland, who got big from playing small.
Okay, well, stick around. We'll be talking about your new single and your gig at the Zanzibar next.
Joseph Hollywood.
92.1 FM DAB digital radio across the Northwest and North Wales, also online over at wirralradio.co.uk, available on your app stores as well. Just simply search for Wirral Radio over there. My name's Joseph Hollywood. I'm joined today in the studio with the Public Call, and we've just been talking about your inspirations and you guys as a band. I'm just going to move swiftly on to your dreams for the future as a band. Where would you like to see the Public Call go?
Personally, I'd like to see it, because we wrote quite a few songs where it's got to the point where we've wrote 10 or 11 songs, and it's got to the point where I'd like to be able to produce a collection of songs, an album, and end up playing in front of more people and just gradually get bigger.
think it's important to assert that those 11 songs, all but one of them, were written by our lead singer and rhythm guitarist Adam, who is undoubtedly the main driving force behind our band. The rest of us just play music.
How about your new single? Your single's out on iTunes now. Just tell me about how that come about. How did you write it? You've just said that you wrote it.
I wrote No Clue. It was the first song that I really wrote on guitar, despite being like the second song that we've released.
Yeah.
I kind of, when I learnt a few chords on guitar, I put them all together and played the first thing that sounded right, and it kind of came together as not really knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Which comes with the title No Clue.
Yeah.
And after listening to a lot of 21 Pilots, I got the theme of adding a little rap part in it, which really explains how I was feeling at the moment, but not like in your face. It's more like metaphorically, you have to think about what I'm feeling.
What it actually means.
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell me a little bit about your name, The Public Call. Why that name?
Well, it took a while. When we first started, we thought, okay, we're gonna need a band name because right now we're just that band from Anselm's, and it took us a few weeks, but we came up with the name The Public Call eventually, and it really came from the sort of idea that everyone's equal, and we wanted everyone to hear our music and everyone to have an equal say, and that's where like the public part comes from, and the call was more like, come listen to our music, this is what we're about.
Yeah. Now tell me about your gig at the Zanzibar in Liverpool. It's on the 9th of December. Why choose the Zanzibar?
Really, back to the point from before where I was saying that it's quite hard trying to get taken seriously because you're a young band, and no one really knows who you are. I chose the Zanzibar because they were advertised as a place who literally would take anybody in. And I went to them, and I'd seen a couple bands play there, bands around our area, like The Basement Effect and things like that. And I asked whether we could play there, and it's a place that most people know.
Yeah.
And they know around about where it is, and it's easy to get to, and it's quite a good place to start, really.
Now, stick around as we'll be talking about where your plans for the future are next and how we can find more information about you. Don't go anywhere. It's Wirral Radio.
92.1 Wirral Radio.
Welcome back. It's 92.1 Wirral Radio, DAB across the Northwest and North Wales. Also online over at wirralradio.co.uk. Still in the studio tonight with The Public Call. Now, we've just been talking about your dreams and your gig at the Zanzibar. That just got me thinking now. So where next? Where next for The Public Call?
Really just looking for gigs, looking for support. It's really more about getting the word out and getting people to know who you are. And if you have like a following of people, let's say, then you end up like, you say this person's going to your gig, well, then that person has to bring a friend, and then it just keeps on growing like that.
It grows from that one person coming. It grows,
and when the word gets out, it's just literally trying to get the word out to people that can take you a step further, kind of thing.
Have you tried busking on the streets?
It's quite difficult when you have so many instruments and a keyboard is a piano and drums are a bit awkward to start carrying around.
You need the Fisher Price one. You can bring it anywhere you go.
The Fisher Price keyboard.
That's what you're missing. That's what you're missing. I think Coldplay started off like that.
In the context of spreading the word, we're very grateful to Wirral Radio for letting us speak on it.
No problem.
When there are many young bands in Wirral Radio though, so we're just very, very grateful for letting them.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Just before we go, how can we find more information about The Public Call?
Definitely through like our social media pages on like Instagram and Facebook. We have a lot of information on there and let you know like when we release songs or where we're playing and information on gigs. Like that.
How about your gig at the Zanzibar? Just going back to that, where can we get tickets for that from?
If you just go on the Facebook page, you can get in contact with us, really. Come meet us, we can give them to you anywhere, really. And yeah, check us out on Facebook, just search The Public Call. Check us out on Instagram, we're literally under The Public Call. Give us a follow, give us a like, messages if you're interested in the Zanzibar gig, and tickets are £5.
We also have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Which is
Shows us from
which
the
we
very
upload
beginning.
most. Yeah, it shows us from
Yeah.
when we just started.
When I wasn't even in the band.
Yeah.
Really. Well, The Public Call, thank you very much for coming in this evening to talk to me about your upcoming gig. And we at Wirral Radio, we wish you all the very best for the future.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Joseph Hollywood.
Joseph Hollywood. 92.1 Wirral Radio.
Hi, join me, Joseph Hollywood, Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. for the Wirral Radio Early Show. You can also join me every single weekend from 10 a.m. here on Wirral Radio.
92.1